What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about 3 things I wish I knew before I started taking steroids. Steroids is a massive decision for anyone's life, whether you're 18 years old, 25 years old, 40 years old. It is a huge decision. So I hope that this can open up your eyes and really deem some more knowledge on the subject. But before we get into all that serious ass talk, I want to kick it back to the old school. I want to put a gym workout edit. I feel your pain. I know a lot of you guys don't have a place to train right now. Our gyms just opened back up and it looks like they're going to be shutting back down. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy.
Just calling to say
Alright guys, so I hope you liked that edit. Let's just dive right into the topic here. So tip number 1, or something I wish I knew before I started taking steroids, was that it is much easier to prevent side effects than get the side effects and then reverse it. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of kind of backstory of just my personal experience. So a lot of you guys know that I broke out like a motherfucker. Like, I looked like a full-blown pepperoni pizza with craters and mountains from the King of Zeus on my back. And it was probably the most devastating and hardest 3 years of my life, and I still have to deal with all of these acne scars today. I can't even post on TikTok without people being like, what the fuck happened to your skin? And there was ways that I could have gone around that if I had the knowledge, and that's also why I want to make this channel so upfront and so transparent, that if I had the knowledge on somebody else that had really bad acne and decided to taper, and a lot of people don't need to taper, but this is what I mean on the fact of why not? You know, it's not going to do your body any more harm, and it would be a lot easier to taper off the drugs to make sure your hormones don't go completely out of whack than just come off, get the acne, and then spend the next 2 years of your life trying to get rid of it or getting rid of the scars. The same thing goes to the way that I got gyno. I was dumb. I was super dumb, guys. And I was just trying to take shortcuts. I was trying to break the all-time world record. I was mixing Tren and Deca together. My progesterone levels shot through the roof, and I was not taking Prami or Caber. I thought, oh, if I get any sensitivity of the nipples, well, I'll just take Prami or I'll take Caber. But guys, it's a lot easier to make sure that gyno never gets there in the first place than it is to completely get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I have gyno and I believe it's solidified, and I will have to get surgery to get that removed. And now I'm going through a $7,000 surgery to get that removed versus taking whatever, $70, $100 to try to prevent it in the first place. So that's probably my number 1 tip, is prevention is everything. Second thing that I wish I knew before I started anabolic steroids is that it increases every emotion that you have. Not only anger. The whole roid rage thing, sure, you are more irritated, but you're more irritated if you're already an irritable person. So if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you are dealing with any mental health issues that is not resolved in your head, every single one of those is going to be amplified. Now, I wasn't dealing with anxiety, I wasn't dealing with depression at the time, but I was very sad, I was very lost at life, and this, in essence, made me more lost. A lot of you guys know I bought my first house when I was 18 years old, and I was not ready to do that. I was doing things way before everyone else, and I wasn't ready, and going on these steroids made it 10 times as worse Because when you're going up, guys, you're going sky high. I was never happier in my life than those times. But remember, it heightens everything. So it also heightened the up, but it also made the lows really low. Oh my God. So when I lost my house, when I totaled my car, when I had to sell my dog, all in the span of like 3 weeks, I couldn't handle that. And that's really when my mental health got really bad. So the best recommendation I can say is make sure that you have your emotions in check, but you're never going to be able to get rid of your emotions. It's weird because I'm a big bodybuilder, powerlifter, I have tattoos, but you can't destroy an emotion. You have to let that emotion take set, and you have to come to a realization on how to handle that emotion. And if you guys aren't at the stages that you can look back at it like a third person at the way you're feeling and be able to make decisions, and I'm not saying you have to be perfect. I still get really angry sometimes and I still get really upset, but it's something I'm constantly working towards, and it's something that I'm mindful of. Then you shouldn't be willing to take that risk to heighten those emotions. And I just want to really emphasize this, guys, is if you throw a ball up, it has to come down eventually. So just because your life may be going ups and ups and ups and ups, just make sure that you can handle the massive ups and the massive downs if they come. Because nothing in the world is worth wrecking your mental health over or making it worse than it already is. So that's the second thing. And the third thing that I wish I knew before I started taking steroids is that it is okay to ask. And I know a lot of you guys can't afford coaching. I know that if I could go back and do it again, I would hire a coach 100%, because I would rather have somebody there 100% looking over me than trying to like fetch questions out to like random people. But at the time, guys, I was 19 years old, and I thought it was such a taboo subject. I felt that I was gonna be so much of a bother to somebody that I didn't ask my questions. And I'm lucky that I did find an IFBB pro towards the end of the cycle that was really helping me out and really helped me a lot. Just remember, guys, that most of society, or let's say 50-50 right now, want to see you succeed. They want to see you be healthy. A lot of these people in the industry, so I pray to God, they want to see you succeed. They want to see you live a long, amazing life in the fitness industry. And that is why I try to get back to so many of your DMs, is because I want to see you guys succeed. And if I don't get back to you, make sure you ask these questions to tons of people, hundreds of people, to try to get the answer. And I guarantee you somebody will have the time to get back to you and help you. If your questions are like super in depth, then yeah, I would recommend getting a coach, because a lot of people don't have time to write novels and novels for free when this is our full-time job. But if you have quick questions, like for example, you guys know when you inject, you get like a lump there. It's the allergic reaction to the benzoyl oil. That's not an infection. That's not really anything other than your body just trying to fight off or process that oil. You'll notice that it's a little lump and it gets really warm and it slowly makes your way like lower and lower, and then it kind of dissolves and then it's gone. That will happen the first few times you do a shot. You know, there's nothing to be alarmed about, but just a quick question to somebody and they could clear that up like that, you know? It's that fast. The whole natural aspirating thing where you have to like put the needle in and pull it back and try to get air, that's old practice. If you talk to almost any nurse, it doesn't happen anymore. You would know if you put it in and you start to push it and it like goes in like water through a fucking tap, or a surfer right through a friggin' barrel.
You just drop in, just ride the barrel and get pitted.
You know you're in a vein, and it's just a little bit harder for your body to process, but you know you would just pull it out 2 centimeters or 2 literally millimeters difference, and then you would be good to go. So the biggest thing that I have to say is, if you're young, even if you're old, do not be scared to ask these quick questions, because they could honestly change your life. So So don't think that this is such a massive deal and you need to keep it hush hush and you need to fake this and fake that. No, guys, if you have a question, either hire a coach or just go out there and just try to ask as many questions as possible. If you can't afford a coach and you don't want to ask the same person like 100 different questions, just write down 20 questions and send them to like 20 different people so that you can get one answer very quick. And like, how many times, guys, like I'm sure a lot of you guys have DM'd me and I've gotten back to, I think, every single person. I know it may get to the point where I can't, but hopefully one day that I'll be able to hire an assistant that can get back to everybody. And two, like my coaching services is always open if you need that in-depth help for anything. A lot of people are here to help you, so just don't forget that ever. And don't feel like you're a burden on somebody for asking a question. Because the absolute worst thing they could do is say, sorry, they don't have time, or just not respond. But somebody will get back to you. And people do care about your results and care about your safety. So just don't get in your head and think that you don't have somebody to ask those questions to, because you do. So that's really it, guys. That's really like, I want to do kind of like a full series on these, like 3 things I wish I knew before starting YouTube, three things I wish I knew before starting powerlifting. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up if you did like this video, and if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Like, I want your guys' feedback. I want you guys to let me know how much depth you want me to go into. And like I said, guys, my coaching, I've moved to doing it full time. So if you're interested in coaching, www.themarkplummer.com. You can read the 2 options that I have available. Make sure to shoot me an email just so we can talk a little before. I can let you know how it works. I'm very strict, I'm very disciplined, but like I said, I want the best for you, and that's really it, whether you're my client or not. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.